Lawmakers from Pennsylvania and New Jersey are hoping to change some of the rules on the Delaware River Port Authority.
The DRPA has come under fire recently for misuse of public dollars and unethical conduct. New Jersey Assemblyman Domenick DiCicco, a Republican from Gloucester County, is one of the legislators who will unveil these proposed rule changes. He joins us this morning. Assemblyman, it's great to have you with us.
Thanks for having me. Good morning.
Give us an idea of some of the proposals that you're offering right now.
Sure. One of our kind of I guess cornerstone of the legislation is the requirement that an audit take place, both a management audit and a financial audit.
So you're saying there's no audit right now for the DRPA?
There is an audit, but it's self-managing, and there's no ramifications if the audit's bad. Our audit says no increase in salaries until the problems are taken care of.
You know, we've been really curious about this. Why all of a sudden? This has been going on for a long time. Why all of a sudden is it on everybody's radar, and legislators on both sides of the river, both sides of the bridges, are saying we really have to make changes and people are making too much money and there's misuse?
Well, I think it's two things. It's some of the good investigative reporting that has brought a lot of this to the public, and the public has reacted, which now us as legislators have a duty, I think, to do something and get in there. You're right, it has been going on for a long time, but frankly, my constituents think it's time that it stop.
But I think that's what's so shocking. Not only did the information come out, but how much information came out about salary, car allowances, and that this had been going on for so long and nobody said anything. And now everyone is piling on and wanting to do something about it, including both governors.
That's right. And every day there's something new, and then they want to increase the tolls by another $1.
Exactly.
And they're also asking for money for a new transit line. They can't manage what they're doing now. There's no trust in that agency now from the public. There's no accountability. We need to get that house in order, change the leadership there, and then regain the public trust.
And what about the board? I mean, excuse me, Pat, and what about the board? I mean, they are over the DRPA, and they knew what was going on, but should the board be dismantled?
Absolutely. I think it's comical that all of a sudden everyone who's been there for 10 years is a reformer. Well, where you been? Who's watching this store for the past 10 years? So I think there needs to be drastic wholesale changes, and they need to be permanent changes, not just some fluff legislation that, glosses over it.
So are you going to call for the board to be replaced, or today are you going to call for the CEO to be replaced?
No, today we're going to call for the entire management team to resign. That's what we're going to do. We think they have failed by every measure. We think their answers aren't acceptable. Their level of arrogance is striking, and it's striking to my constituents, as well as Representative Ferrer, who's here also. It's just, there needs to be a change there. There's no trust. There's no trust in that agency.
So when you say the management, are you talking about the board as well?
The board I'm not sure of yet, because there have been board members who have actually called for changes, but I do believe the board has been silent for too long. So there's many board members that do need to be replaced.
Okay, so the legislators are going to be calling for this kind of reform, calling for the management team to resign. Do you have the power to force them to resign?
Unfortunately, we don't, because it's actually a federal agency. But we think that just shining the light on that agency will be enough to bring about the changes. Plus our legislation, we also think, will get the federal government to move on it.
All right. Assemblyman DiCicco, thank you very much.
Appreciate you being with us.
It's great to have you with us this morning.
Same here.